waste takes 500 years to degrade. And Nelplast Ghana Ltd has come out with an innovation that can turn this plastic waste, all kinds of plastic waste to be precise, except PVC pipe, into paving slabs, curbs, roofing sheet. This plastic waste takes 500 years to degrade. So is the product.
My name is DENTAA and I'm here in Accra, in Ashiamai, to meet a young man called Nelson Boateng, who decided to be innovative and creative using plastic waste, plastic bags to do pavements and roads in Ghana. I'm going to meet him and see what he has in store. Hello. Hi. Is Nelson there? Hi, Nelson. Nice to see you. How are you?
I'm doing very well. You?
I'm fine. So this is all yours. Wow. This is the big warehouse
Thank
where
you.
everything happens.
Thank you.
Okay. So do you want to show me around or go to the office? So you're still watching a DENTAA show. I am at the factory where the recycled plastics and waste get turned into pavements. And I'm joined by the CEO and founder, Nelson Boateng, who describes himself as the way maker. And I'm right here in the warehouse. I'm sure you can hear the noise. Nelson, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. And I'm very grateful for you to invite me to the show.
You're very welcome. I mean, you are doing amazing things. You call yourself the way maker. Why?
Because I try to use something that we think is a problem to solve another problem.
Okay, okay. So how did it all start? Because you've been in the industry for about 20 years, right? Over
Yes.
20 years. Before that, let's go back. When did it all start?
All right. At the age of 13, which I believe Ghana is a child labor, I was working in one plastic recycling company, which I cannot mention the name now.
Okay.
I was working there. Then
At the age of 13, so you weren't going to school, or you were still going to school?
I was going to school because by then home was really hard, so I have to work for myself whilst I school.
Okay. Did
So
you live in Ashiamai? Was it in Ashiamai?
I was born, bred, schooled in Ashama.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I started this recycling company. I joined them, and I worked there for 6 months. When it's time for school, I just go back to school. When we are on break, I go back there to work.
Was it your own? Did you want to work there, or you were forced because of how things were like at home? Things were difficult at home.
Yeah, things were difficult, and I was brought up in such a way that I need to do something for myself, not to depend on somebody.
Okay.
That is
How
why
many of you in your family at that?
We are six. Six
Wow.
in the
Wow. Okay. So then, continue with the story.
So I worked there,
Yeah.
go to school. Even though the time, no company will allow you to work for a few hours and you go back.
Yeah.
But because of how I work,
Yeah.
and the Chinese over there, they really like me. So they
Okay.
allow me to do even shorter work, then they just pay me something small and I can go.
Okay.
So I finished senior high school. I then go back to the company to work.
Yeah.
Whilst I was working, I was doing computer courses
Yeah.
at NIT. I did hardware and network engineering, and I have diploma in
Yeah.
that. So from there, I had a promotion from a worker to a foreman, then from a foreman to a supervisor,
Wow.
then from supervisor to be the personal assistant to the director.
Oh wow. Wow. So you grew from every single stage. You were getting
Yes.
promotion because
Yes,
of your
please.
hard work and your
Yes, please.
your dedication, I guess.
Yes, because with the Chinese I'm working with, and in general, they like people who loved the work first, and I have that in me. Yes.
And do you think, looking at back then and looking at now, the young generation that's coming up, do you think it's the same thing? Do you think there's passion for work, or do you think we want things done more quickly?
There are some which are just like me, and others too, they want things to be done quickly, which I think is not good. You need to go through all this hardship, go through all this hard work before I think one day you can call yourself I am somebody. Yes.
So when did you decide to set up your own company?
2012, the company I was working, it was a family company, and they decided to split
up.
So they just bought some. They just gave us an option that if we can sell the company, then we can get some 5% of it.
Okay.
So we were about 10 then, So luckily for me, I was the one who was able to sell.
Wow.
So the 5% I got from that money, I just used it to start my own. I didn't spend any of the money to do other things.
Wow.
I just started straight.
You started straight away.
Yes.
And so when you were working in that factory, is that when you started getting ideas about using plastic to do other things, or was the company already doing plastic into pavements?
No, the plastic was the plastic company I was working with. We were just doing the poly bag, the black poly bag, and the white one.
Okay.
But when I set up here, during 2015, 2016, there was a threat on ban on plastics.
Yeah.
And because all my life, all I know is plastics, and if something happened, I'm going to lose job, and even the people that depends on me, they are going to lose their jobs. Yeah. So I try to do something with this waste, so that in case they ban the plastic bags, I still have something to fall back.
Yeah.
So that is where I came up with that idea.
So how did the idea come about? Because I can't even start to imagine how you thought of using plastic bags, plastic water bottles that we use to turn it into pavements.
Okay, we have a board that we cut the handle of the plastic on.
Okay.
And I brought some from my old company because they were collapsing. Those boards where we used just to cut the handle.
Okay.
We pack car engines on it for a very long time, but when you take out the blocks, it's still the same. Mm-hmm. So my first try was raw plastics. By then I researched and found out that with raw plastic, when there is fire, it will catch flame.
Okay.
So then I also did another research by adding the sand to it to serve as a retardant.
Okay.
So that's how come.
That's how you did
Yes.
it. And so you tried it. Did you try a few times? Was there a try and error before you got it to what the stage that it is now? Okay.
We used to bend the plastic in a metallic drum.
Yeah.
Then when it turns to we just add the sand to it. By then we found out that there was smoke all around the area, and I'm not helping the environment.
Yeah.
Two, the product that I'll get from it will not be strong, because when you bend the plastic for long, it loses the bonding property. So I designed a machine by myself, an extruder that I can control the temperature. Then I will have a good product at the end. Secondly, there will not be much emission of gas into the atmosphere.
Where did you get all your machines from to make you be able to work? Was it made in Ghana stuff, or was it from outside?
All right, we have metal scrap around.
Okay.
Those are the things that I put together to build that machine.
Okay. So you made everything from scratch here in Ghana?
Yes, please. In this factory. We did it here.
Factory.
We did it here.
And okay, talking about the team. So how were you able to get people to do exactly what you wanted? The people that you work with?
Because I always share ideas with my team. They get to know what I'm doing, and I just give them some short training that, this is how we do it to get the end product. So that is what I'm doing here. Yes.
Very inspiring. I mean, I still don't understand how you were able to get the idea to do the pavements. So which areas have you been able to do currently? When
you get to the Ministry of Environment, their car park and the entrance are paved there.
Okay.
Ashama Tulaku are paved there. Then some neighbors also bought some from me that we've done for them. Okay. And even in the yard, we have some that we pave here for long. Yeah.
So how is the support like? Are you getting support from investors? Are you getting support from government? How has it been working in this environment?
Well, I would say it's very difficult because startups like this, it's very difficult for the bank to finance.
Yeah.
Honorable Giftee couldn't do. The coordinator for One District Factory was here.
Okay.
She took our proposal, and we are waiting for what will come from her side. But for now, we don't have any investor investing in what we are doing.
It's all come from you.
Everything comes from us.
What would you say has been the most challenging time for you as a business person living here in Accra?
During the Doomsday time, I always remember this because I lost a lot of money. I wanted to shut down the company, but I'm thinking about the people. I have 74 workers.
74 workers, wow.
Directly and indirectly over 500. Every morning when you come here, people with plastic to sell to me.
Wow.
So I tried to buy a generator. The one I bought, it got spoiled. So we decided, no, we are going to build our own generator.
Wow.
So we bought car engine, the tractor engines, and we fused it together, did some things. So Those are the generators you are
The
seeing
generators
around.
that's making noise are your own.
We just got car engines to do that, and they are very durable than the one they are selling on the market.
So please, can you make me one?
If you want,
No, sir.
we are going to do it for you for free.
No, sir. So where does this creativity come from? Is it from your mom, your dad's side, or was it just something that you were born with?
I think it's how I was brought up,
Okay.
how life was with me from the beginning. I was taught to work for myself, not to depend on people too much. That is how I started.
And you think that it's definitely helped you to where you
Yes,
are now?
and I have seen something like, there is always a way. There is nothing like I cannot do. There is always a way. There is always a way about something.
There's always a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
So what would you say to a young person who's also 13 that is dreaming of doing something but think, I'm young, I'm poor, I don't have it, even food to eat is difficult? What would you say to them?
What I would say is, if things get difficult for you, you need to find a way. As I explained to you, I was brought up that way. You need to find a way to get things moving. You cannot just sit down that, oh, I'm young, I don't need to go to school. You have to find a way to do it. That is it. And I believe that once you start, God in heaven will also push you to a point that you'll be victorious.
So do you think that your family also pushed you when they started seeing that, the success of, you doing your innovative stuff? Were they pushing you?
Yes, I have 3 brothers who are working with me. Even they are supposed to work somewhere, but they chose to help me here.
Wow.
Yes.
So you've got your family, so it's like a family business
please.
almost, just like the Chinese people, how they started.
Yes.
And do you think that you learned a lot from them as well?
I learned a lot. Because with them, their work comes first. Nothing comes between their work. And when there's a problem, they solve it until they are free. They don't leave things hanging on. They try to solve that one first. And that is what I learned from them.
With the pressures of wanting to be successful, what do you think keeps you going, makes you, keep on? You said at a stage you felt like quitting. What urged you to keep going?
For me, it's the workers. I love my workers because I understand hardship. I understand how it is for you to sit home, no work. I understand it. So those are the things that push me forward. I have always been telling them that if it's left to me alone, I have a way to find money for myself and my family. Yes, but sometimes when I think about people going home, no work, it keeps me going. That no, I shouldn't give up. I should keep on doing what I'm doing.
Keep on doing what you're doing.
Yes.
Nelson, have you been to any African countries? And if so, what have you learned from traveling outside?
I've not been to African country, but I traveled to Germany and saw what they are doing. Like with them, recycling is very important to them. They use plastic there, but you can't see plastic litters around the cities.
Okay.
Why? Because they take recycling as a very important thing that they need to do to keep the community clean. Because the plastics that we find around can cause harm to the living things, even a human. Yes, so with them, I learned so much about that.
So you went to Germany for training, or you went to Germany to find out more about plastics and the industry that you're in? Why did you go to Germany?
Yeah, I went to Germany to see what they are doing, to learn like what they are doing, how they do their recycling, how they take care of their waste. Yeah, that is the reason why I went there.
Okay. So then you're saying that really, for you to expand in your business, you also need to see what other people are doing in your industry to grow, right?
Yes, that is it.
Okay. Well, in the next section, you're going to show me around the warehouse so I can get to see exactly how things are done.
All right.
So we're going to go for a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Gooba Card welcomes you to the land of gold, Ghana. The Gooba Card is a unique loyalty card which gives you the opportunity to enjoy discounts of up to 40% on goods and services. You enjoy discounts of the best of hotels, amazing restaurants, beauty lounges, spas, health centers, fashion houses and shopping centers in Ghana. The Gooba Card can also be used as a prepaid Visa card with Access Bank, our partners, offering you conveniences on all payment platforms. Applications is safe, secure and valuable. Call us or WhatsApp us on 0245 156 705. Visit www.goobadiaspora.com.
Gooba card, the best discount card in Ghana.
Imperial Homes Ghana in Great Britain has carved a niche for itself within the real estate industry as the premier provider of luxury homes in Ghana and England, with a mission to provide safe, good value, modern housing and personalized estate management services to its clients and customers. All our homes meet the Lifetime Home Standard, as well as the highest standards of engineering excellence, safety, environmental sustainability, and cost efficiency. Imperial Homes, a signature of luxury.
Store no wahwehwɛ tap send. Me say tapo na send it.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. You're still watching the DENTAA show, and I'm still with the innovator and hard worker, inspiring Nelson Boateng. And he's going to take me around. I'm all geared up. He's going to take me around on the process of how things happen. Nelson, so where are we going first?
So let's go to where we keep the plastic when the collectors bring them.
Okay, so how many collectors do you think comes to the warehouse? And how many plastics are you using each month?
We have over 500 collectors.
Wow.
That brings the plastic to us.
Okay.
Morning, after night.
Okay.
Yeah, the young, the old, they all bring it to us.
Okay.
For us to
and
buy.
then so you pay for it?
We pay for it per weight. That's
Per
the
weight,
kilogram.
okay, so you do it per weight?
Yes, please.
Wow. So this is where you store it?
Yes, please.
So as you can see water bottles, you can see Sprite bottles, malt, gosh, everything. So not just bottles, but there's plastic bags as well?
Yes.
And there's sachet?
Yes, please.
And the sachet, okay. Wow, so you do it per weight?
Per weight. So these are the ones that they brought to us.
Okay.
We've cast some of them where we are yet to go
Where
and
to
visit.
go, okay.
Yes.
All right. So in terms of like, how much plastic do you think you use in a month?
In a day, we are using 3,000 kilos.
3,000 kilos?
Part for the poly bag,
okay,
and part for the blocks.
And part for the blocks,
yes.
Okay. All right, so now we're going to go to where they crush it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm still with Nelson. And it's hot at the moment in Ghana, but we're still here. So you have 74 workers?
74 workers.
Okay.
Directly and indirectly, it's over 500. That's what we have.
Okay. About 500 people that come and sell you plastics. So what happens? How do you feel when you see plastics on the floor or on the road in Accra?
I feel very bad in a way.
Yeah.
Because one, I'm still doing the poly bag.
Yeah.
And at the same time doing the blocks.
Okay. Okay.
So I feel bad when I see all these plastic that I have produced.
Yeah.
On the street.
Okay. So what happens here?
So this is the recycling department.
So this is where we need to get this up.
We are going to start from where we crashed.
Okay.
Then the pelletizing units before we get in.
Okay.
So let's go.
Okay. So what happens here?
So this is where all the plastic that they've collected from the street, we crash them and wash them.
Okay.
These machines were designed by ourselves.
You did the machines right here in Accra?
We designed all these things by ourselves.
Wow. Let's go over there.
Let's go there and see the plant by ourselves.
Why do you need to wash it? Why does it need to be washed?
Because there are some and some dirt on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. This is very interesting, guys. I don't know whether you can hear me, but all of these machines were made right here in Ghana. And then it comes out here clean.
Clean. But by then it's not finished. It's to tell people to the pelletizing unit where we have 400 degrees Celsius that no germ can stay in the bag. So this is a pelletizing unit.
Okay. So after it's washed here, then it comes to here. And it's melted?
It's melted, yeah.
Okay. So what is this part? What happens?
So these are all the plastic that you saw there. These are the plastic that you saw there. These are the.
Wow.
Yes. So I think we should get closer here so that I can see how it goes from there. So these are the pure waste.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
And then it goes into the machine.
It goes to the machine. There is a screw in that squeeze out the water and also melts the polybag.
Okay. Then it comes into
then
here.
It comes out. So from here it goes there. As pelletized.
Wow.
So these are the bags that you saw there.
Wow. So this is now the plastics that you saw at the beginning, and this is how it's ended up. Wow.
That's what it is. Yeah.
This becomes the pavement.
This can be for the pavement at the same time the polybag.
And the polybag. So it could be used for two things, the polybags and the pavement. Fantastic. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So do you work round the clock, or you open 7 days a week, 5 days a week?
24/7.
24/7.
24/7.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, we are doing some maintenance. That's why some of the machines
Okay,
are
not
off.
work. Okay.
But what you saw is what we have here.
Okay.
From the palletizing, we just bring it here again. Also
Okay.
200 degrees Celsius. Then it blows out as in rolls. Then we will
Okay.
cut them here.
Okay. So it goes under 200 degrees Celsius.
200 degrees Celsius. So from 400 degrees Celsius to 200. So
Okay,
so that
400.
400 degrees.
Okay.
200. So
Okay.
that no germ can stay.
Can stay in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So this is where we cut it.
This is where you cut the bags. Wow. So what are you doing? Hi, how are you? What do you do? What are you doing? You're sealing the bags. Okay. Okay. So this is made from what we've just seen.
Yes.
Wow. So the machine, again, this machine was made here.
So this was brought from
Okay.
Korea.
This is Korea.
This
Okay.
was brought from Korea.
Okay. Okay. Hi, how are you? Good. What is your role and what do you do here? You're cutting the plastics for the holder, for the handles. Okay.
So this board is where the idea came from for the paving block.
Okay.
So this is the board that we had the idea from.
Wow. So how many plastics do you think that you make in a day?
The
How many? Yeah, the bags.
The bags. I expect we're doing 200 bags a day.
How much?
200 bags a day.
200.
And now we've come down to 100 because the market has been slow.
Okay, okay. And then so you distribute it to people outside. People come here to order. How does it happen?
I have customers from Kumasi, Tema, ACCRA, then some from Burkina Faso, Togo, and Nigeria.
Okay, that come and order. Fantastic. Okay, let's go around a bit.
So this is what we call the takeaway.
The takeaway. Okay.
It's also the same.
Okay, so they seal it.
And this is the larger size.
The larger sizes.
These are the
Okay.
larger sizes, yeah.
All right. Hello, sir. How are you? How are you, sir? How long have you been working here? 2 years. And how has it been working for Mr. Nelson? It's been good?
Yes.
It's been good? And so what is your role? What is your role here?
I'm cutting hand.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. And then so it gets, what is this?
So these are the bags that you saw.
Okay.
We bag them.
Okay. And they get distributed out.
Yes. But then we run to the quarry. There is a ship coming also in the night.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's night
Yeah,
workers.
there's night shift, yes.
Okay,
There's
all
night
right.
shift also.
So this is basically the bag section where he makes the bags. And then we're going to go over to the next section where we make the pavements for the roads. Follow us. You make black bin bags as well.
Yes.
The black bin bags.
Yes, we did that. By then we plan to expand the block, whilst this one we just do it in a small.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we can see the block is the future. With this, we are still polluting the environment.
Yeah.
And with the blocks, the life of the bags ends there.
So you're reducing
Yes.
The amount of bags that you do, 100,000?
We do the bags, the quantity a day.
Yeah.
200,000 at first, but now we're doing 100 because of the market.
100,000
yes.
a day.
For now, we cannot stop the poly bag because we are not getting any help. That's where
you make the income.
The income to also help this one.
Okay, I understand. So do you think if any investor were interested in investing in a company, you would be open to that?
I'm very open to any investor.
All right.
So these are freshly made blocks.
Freshly made blocks.
Yes.
From what you saw inside there, this is what it looks like. Can I feel it? Am I allowed to?
Very hot.
It's very hot at the moment.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very hot.
Wow.
We have different colors depending
on what the customer wants.
Yeah, the customer wants. They are brought outside here because we are now trying to build our cooling system that when we press it, it will cool at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, so
straight away.
Maybe by end of the month we should be done with this. So now you don't see them outside, we will just be packing them.
Okay.
So that's what we are working on now.
So now basically what happens is that when you do it inside, you have to bring it outside to cool.
Yes.
Cool down.
That is what we're doing now.
Okay. All right, so let's go inside and see what happens here.
So here basically we use all kinds of plastic waste.
Okay.
Except PVC pipes. Then we mix
PVC pipes, yeah.
We mix it with the river sand. So you can see this is Omo, Rab, Cowbell, Milo, everything. Then it will be mixed with sand at a proportion, depending on where we want to lay the blocks.
Okay.
Because the more we add the plastic, the stronger it becomes. The block becomes.
Okay.
So this is our river sand. This is our crash plastic, all kinds of plastic mixed here. We don't want to keep them outside because when the rain gets to it,
will spoil.
It's not really spoil, but it will give problem to the machine.
Yeah, okay.
It will really give problem to the machine.
Let's have a look at some of the machines. Were these machines made here or were they?
This is the machine that I made here.
Wow.
And this is what we need to do the job.
This does all the job?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can see he feeds the machine with the mixture.
Yeah.
When he feeds it, it goes through the line, it mixes it and melts it.
Okay, then it comes through up here. Okay.
It comes out as a paste.
Wow.
Then the paste will be fed
and then
to the
you
mold.
you weight it.
Yes, so that we can get a uniform size.
And what's the weight that you're using right now?
For now, we are doing 8.5, 6.5. We are doing two weights at the same time.
Okay.
Yes.
This one is going to be 8.5.
8.5. No. You have to go again. You have to add to it.
Okay, so that gets to 8.5, and then it gets put in this.
Yes.
Okay.
Then we will press it there. Because currently we are working on this. We are working on this, so they have to move it from here to that side to press.
Okay.
So like actually it's supposed to come here directly with press. Yes.
Okay.
But we are doing some maintenance there. So they have to move it from here to the other press. So let's see what they will do.
Yeah. So they flatten it.
Because we are not getting the higher strength of the press. They need to flatten it first before
they put it.
Which wastes the time.
Yeah.
Which wastes the time.
So again, if you were to get investors or a machine that does it, it will be quicker, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's follow them and let's see what happens next. That gets compressed.
Yes.
And voila.
And we get the design on it.
Wow. Fantastic.
So these are all the plastic waste that you saw around.
I just can't believe it. Nelson, you have done so well.
Thank you very much.
How does it feel to be winning awards already? You've already won the Goober Award. How does it feel to be winning awards already? You recently won Innovation and Technology Goober Awards. How does it make you feel?
The time I heard of the award, even though I couldn't go there personally, I was in a plane to Germany. The plane was about to set up.
Wow.
Then my sister just texted me, wow, we won. So I shouted in the plane and everybody was just looking at me like, what? I said, look at it, I've won the award.
Oh.
It was so amazing. And I was very, very happy to be the first in the in innovation and technology.
How do you think that will motivate you, that will encourage you to do more?
For now, I have seen that no, Ghanaians really accept what you are doing. That is the main reason why they voted for us. So I'm being more motivated to keep the work going, to keep Ghana clean also, and create jobs for the people.
Excellent. So what would be your last words to people watching you right now that are so inspired about what you're doing? What kind of encouraging words will you leave with them before we go?
What I would say now is, anything that you find yourself doing, you should do it better. Don't give up. There are challenges, but those challenges are there to keep you strong. And secondly, we should just be careful on how we litter around, because the plastic is not a problem, we are the problem. Because if we change even plastic to another packaging material and we have the same attitude of the disposal, we will still come back to the same problem. So what I would say, we should all learn how to keep those waste and even get cash for it.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys have enjoyed such an inspiring show this evening. We will see you the same time next week. Stay blessed.
Nelplast Ghana Ltd.